Based on a solid science foundation, students in Carroll County elementary schools are using their skills at observing to study birds in nature, identify problems in the ecosystem, and come up with solutions. In this story, we see how all these activities make science both meaningful and fun.
I see it.
Where?
Is that on the side?
Oh, yeah. That's a hawk. The sun, watch the sun now. All right. We kind of go with these Go Green projects, and one of our projects is to bird watch, which we do 4 times a year. And the children's excitement of getting the binoculars around their neck, coming out, just looking at the birds, getting so quiet. It's amazing how quiet they get when they want to listen to the sounds. And it is very hands-on, very real life. We go back, we look at the birds, we have a journal that we bird watch in, and then we're going back out later, and then we're going to compare the results, seeing which time of year is best to go bird watching, and kind of make a scientific judgment and write about it and make a whole year out of the bird watching.
Looks sort of like a cardinal.
Do you think the cardinal was in there? I'm hearing the cardinal, I'm just not seeing it. That was a crow.
When I tell the children that we're going outside and we're going into the wetlands or into the meadows, they just cheer. They love being out here. They love being outdoors. There's so many different things for them to learn. They question, the excitement of their questions. I don't know all the answers, so I just tell them, we'll look that up. Let's hold that thought. But there's so much going on out here. We actually have labeled this our outdoor classroom, so it's an extension of our learning. We set guidelines for them when they're out here. This is not a playtime, this is not their recess, and they really respect it. And when I say let's go, they're ready to go.
We would come to the bird box, and then we would knock on it like this, wait a couple seconds, and then we would lift this part up, and then we would look inside if there was any nests. Some people had had bluebird nests, other people had like tree swallows, or I think one person in another class, in another 4th grade class, had a chickadee.
Last year, we would walk out to the bird boxes and we'd check them. We could identify what type of bird nest it was by house wren would be the same size sticks piled up to the top, and she put her eggs in the middle of it. And then the house sparrow, which is an aggressive bird, which is not native here, which we're trying to lower the population of. They basically find whatever they can and they put it in the box.
So we had like this little folder that we kept all of our data in, and every other day we would go check the bird boxes, and we had like 5 different categories. It was, what kind of bird is in your nest? Is it a full nest? Is it a partial nest? Is there no nest? And does it have eggs, and how many eggs does it have?
Technology is allowing students a chance to get an up-close look at the inside of bird boxes from bird cams at 4 different elementary schools. The cameras are being streamed to all schools throughout the county. This gives the students the opportunity to observe birds building nests, watch eggs being hatched, and baby birds being fed. The students use this technology to observe, hypothesize, problem solve, and draw conclusions for their science unit.
Last year we had the bird boxes built, so in this one they put a camera in it, so anytime in the classroom we could watch it. So they hooked it up, and so we could just turn on the computer and look at it. So then we could see if there was a bluebird or if there was a house sparrow, and that we could take that nest out so that we could help the bluebird population.
We would look in the bird box, and a few times when we looked in, there weren't anything, and over the days, some bluebirds started to make nests in it, and after they made their full nest, after like about 1 to 5 days, they laid a few eggs. They laid like 2 eggs, and then at the end of the day when we went back, and then the next day we came back, and when we looked in the camera, they were gone. So we came out and investigated what happened, and we found the 2 eggs laying here and here, and they were cracked. And when we looked back in the tape, we saw the house sparrow had came in and broke the eggs and tossed them out, trying to take the nest for himself.
We emailed Mrs. Hoy, and she got some research on the bluebirds, so she found out that we could put up the sparrow spooker and that it would help keep the sparrows away.
My experience with the bird cam was even cooler than up close, because now you wouldn't have to take time out of class to go and look at it. You could just look at it from the classroom on the computer, and you could actually see during the day what happens, and you'll get to know if like a bluebird egg hatches or they lay a bluebird egg.
The bird cam meant to me that it can help us help the bluebirds, and also that the sparrows, the house sparrows, will stay away, so it will also help the bird population, because bluebirds are a native bird and we are trying to keep them so close, but the house sparrows we are trying to keep away.
19 students